There has been a storm rising over DC. My eye is now drawn there. 5 individuals: Millie Reynolds, Yuri Kuznetsov, Honey Charles, James St. Ray, and Father Maksim Petrov. The Fey King has gathered information about them to possibly find a new king, someone that is worthy of the blessing of Azazel.
James Franklin St. Ray was born in the section of D.C. known as Columbia Heights in 1980. Growing up with little means in that section of the nation's capital was no surprise when James ended up joining the 75 Southside Crips, a small set of gangbangers and drug dealers in his hood. He quickly became friends with Stephen Lawrence, aka K-Dog, and Brandon Colson, aka Blindside, and the trio raised themselves up in shot callers in the 75s. James, also known as King, and his friends had the streets and the world in their hands when tragedy struck. The 75s got caught up in a beef with another set over dealing territory, and Blindside got cut down in a drive-by right in front of James. As Brandon's life drifted away, James felt something awaken in a furious maelstrom. This force lashed out and set afire the gas in the tank of the shooter's car. As the dragon's flame echoed his revenge, a voice spoke to him and told him to run. When he finally went home 2 days later, there was a visitor waiting for his arrival with his mother. The man introduced himself as Matthias St. Ray, his grandfather. James's father left before he could really remember, and this was the first family from his father's side that he met. The man made him an offer: stay where he was and face the inevitable outcomes of being judged by 9 or carried by 6, or follow a potentially more dangerous but rewarding path of learning the secrets of magic under Matthias's tutelage. So truly began the life of James St. Ray, Boni Patalis of the Order of Hermes. Description: at first, James looks 6'1", 200-pound frame might come across as a bit imposing. With a smile and a word, the intimidation melts away with an abundance of charisma and intelligence befitting a Howard University school lawyer. Immaculately groomed and usually dressed to the nines in a suit, he carries himself with an air of authority and control that his grandfather ingrained into him. The only bit of jewelry he wears on him is an electrum and jeweled ring in the relief of a lion's head that belonged to Matthias. Those that know James intimately know that there were two sides to him: the calm, altogether image he normally portrays, and the part that isn't afraid to get a little street when needed.
Name: Father Maksim Petrov. Height: 5 foot 10 inches. Weight: 172 pounds. Date of birth: redacted. Aliases: Father Maxim Chernkov, Father Yavel. Public affiliations: Vatican City, Spetsnaz. Private affiliations: Vatican, this is classified, Spetsnaz, team, Merbodnok. Known titles and ranks: Spetsnaz medic, rank classified, Vatican Inquisitor, and classified. Spheres practiced: correspondence, prime, life. Appearance: highly variable due to an adept level of life magic. Father Maxim is capable of shifting his features, but rarely, if ever, does so. He remains a ruddy-skinned man of average height and weight with an athletic build and black hair. Father Maxim sports various scars in the cauliflower ear of an avid fighter and combat operative. Whether these are badges of honor or simply injuries he does not find appropriate to heal, using his magical talents, is unknown. End of record.
Name: Millie Reynolds. Height: 5 foot 7 inches. Weight: 130 pounds. Age: 30. Origins: Germany. Aliases: none. Parents: unknown. Public affiliations: Georgetown University, Sons of Ether. Education: PhD in computer engineering and physics. Spheres practiced: correspondence, matter. Prime: appearance: blonde hair and blue eyes with a thin frame. She holds a professional nature fitting of her position.
Yuri, the bear Kuznetsov. The father was a rough man, set in his beliefs, traditional in his ways, and always followed the wheel. When I was young, I never understood such things. However, now I see that balance in all things is important. My father showed me this when he took my mother's life, explaining nothing, just acting as a final judgment. This upset me dearly, until the day I too died, only to return and be reborn as the Angel of Death. I am Yuri Kuznetsov, the Bear, the Wheel's Judgment, the Angel of Death. Born in a small mining town in Russia, chosen by the great avatar Yusef, it falls on my broad shoulders to protect those that are weak, those that are strong, and those that cause imbalance will be judged, and Yusef, willing, will live, or fade to the wheel, or even worse, be forgotten forever. Yuri, me, I am 6'8", 345 pounds of giant man Russian bear, born in Merny, Russia. My magics that I practice are entropy, spirit, matter, forces, prime, and when I find time I will practice them all. Much as the spokes of the wheel, I will be them. I wear my sweatpants and my black t-shirts. I love my rings, especially this one on my left thumb. I have black hair, blue eyes, and I'm huge. Like Arnold Huge. Maybe Mountain, better reference. Yuri, though I am imposing, I am very, very kind. Until you cause imbalance. Though I may still look kind, it is not right of you to change will. You must maintain faith. I have an indomitable will, and that is why I am called the bear. It falls on my shoulders to look at every path without bias and without my own personal beliefs in the way. It is why I have introduced Yusef. He is my balance, and I am his judgment. So be sure to always be on my good side, for you never know when I might walk out of an alley, and it could be your final day.
Hi, my name's Honey Charles. I'm 19 years old. I'm an artist and a theoretical physics student at Georgetown University. I'm also a mage. Cult of Ecstasy, in fact. I specialize in time, matter, mind, and prime. To be honest, I come from nothing. I was born in Los Angeles. My mom pretty much gave up and ran away, and I don't know who my father is. That's okay. I was raised in the system. No one wanted me. But I think I actually may have gotten off better that way because I didn't have to deal with any crappy pretend parents. I fought really hard to go to good schools, get a good education. I had an advocate that worked with me to make sure I got scholarships, which was really great. Because of that, I was able to start Georgetown at the age of 16. Summer, right before I started, I met this really great guy. His name was Mateo Garcia. You know, the cute artisty type. We hit it off really well. Not too long after I turned 17, well, he helped me awaken. And that's when I became a mage. He took off not long after that. It happens. I like to push myself, let's be honest. Pretty bad. I'm pretty careless when it comes to that. I mean, not when it comes. I push myself in school and my art, which that's great. But my magic sometimes, I try things I might not should do without really thinking about it. I'm trying to get better at it. And I like sex and I like drugs, which sometimes doesn't really turn out so great for me. Because of that, I recently met this guy. He's called Bones. He's a real jerk. And that's kind of where I'm in the situation I'm in right now. I'm short, 5'2", pretty petite. I have blonde hair. It's curly. It goes everywhere. People tell me I'm really hot. I'm pretty, I have a cute figure, a nice ass, pretty face. I try to stay upbeat, and I think my face and my personality kind of hides the fact that I'm smart. That's okay. People don't expect it of me. I use my magic, the matter part of my magic, to change my clothes. You know, like I'll be able to make leather if I'm going to go out to a rave, or if I'm at school, you know, jeans, graphic t-shirts, cute little schoolgirl skirts, stuff like that. If I'm at the Nexus, I make really beautiful dresses so I can kind of fit into those gorgeous surroundings. And if I'm just for me, it's, you know, boho clothing. It's kind of flowy, feels really great on the skin. One of the first things I made when I started magic is my matter foci. They're actually a bunch of bangles on my wrist, different materials that I've made. The cool thing about they don't make any sound, which you would think, you know, bangles up to my elbows practically would make sound. They don't. The other thing is, well, due to a recent trip, I don't know. It's a long story, but anyway, I got 2 cats. They're my familiars, the Jet and Niha, time and eternity. And they are symbolized in this really amazing pendant. It's a shape of yin yang, but it's a cat instead of the yin yang symbols. And it's made of opal and hematite. I'm never without either of these items. I'm creative and I'm impulsive. Sometimes I maybe, you know, get in over my head, but, you know, it's okay. That's who I am.
And now, prepare to enter the world of darkness.